Hello there, Algebra 1. You can look at this opener to check your work to see if you did it right. So what are we learning today? We're learning about distributive property and order of operations. And an acronym we use is called GEMDAS, G-E-M-D-A-S. So the G stands for groupings. If you see a parentheses, square brackets, or in rare cases, curly brackets, these are all the first thing you do. E stands for exponents. So anytime you see a little number raised in the top right corner, that is an exponent. You would always do that second after groupings. The next are multiplication and division. The thing is, you don't do multiplication first and then division second. It's just what you see left to right. So from left to right, if you see multiplication first, you do that first. If you see division first, you would just do that first. Whatever you see first. So, for example here, if we had 4 times 5 minus, I don't know, a 2 divided by 2. So you just do the 4 times 5 first, which is 20, and then 2 divided by 2 first, which is 1. Um, you're just doing it left to right. In this case, it is multiplication first, so you do that first, and then it's division afterwards. So with division, if I just gave another example, let's say, I don't know, 2 times 3 minus 2 times 3 minus 4 divided by 2. Just left to right. You see there's multiplication here. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 4 divided by 2 is 2, and that'll give you 4 if you moved on. Same thing here, addition and subtraction. That is also left to right. These are both left to right. Once you're done with multiplication, division, you do addition and subtraction left to right. So addition is just if you have, let's just say you had something like 2 minus 1 plus 4. Just go left to right. I'll use this example for both addition and subtraction. 2 minus 1 is 1, plus 4, and that just gives you 5. So what we're going to do here now is look at a few examples. So simplify 40 minus 2 parentheses 6 minus 4 parentheses squared. Now we look through GEMDAS, right? Start with the G, groupings. Do we see any parentheses, square brackets, or curly brackets? Yes, we do. So that's the first thing that we should do there, the parentheses. So you can rewrite this instead of 40 minus 2, it's now 6 minus 4, that's a 2 squared. So now what we can do is do the exponents. The 2 I just wrote in the parentheses, but it's already by itself, so just think about this as a 2 to the second power. That's our exponent there, so it's 40 minus 2, and 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. After that, we have 40 minus 2 times 4. Now careful, you do the multiplication division first. Don't do 40 minus 2 first, which is 38. That's wrong. You have to do 2 minus 4 first, which is 40 minus 2 times 4, which is 8, and that just gives you 32. So again, at any point, if you feel ready, you can pause this, try an example, and then check your answer as I do them, or you can just continue following along with me. So we first have to look inside the parentheses here. Within this parentheses, you see there is a division sign. So you do that first. So you do 8. So you do the 15 divided by 3 first, which is a 5. So this is 8 minus 5 because you do the 15 divided by 3, which is 5. From there, you can, inside the parentheses, subtract 5 from 8. So that's 8 minus 5, that's 3 times 2. I always just like to have these in parentheses. You don't have to, but just helps me stay organized. So now we have 30 plus 3 times 2. Now you do the multiplication next. So 3 times 2 is 6. So it's 30 plus 6, which gives you 36. That's your final answer. This next one here, we don't see any groupings, but we do see exponents. The 8 squared. 8 squared is 8 times 8, which is 64, minus 20 divided by 4. So remember, now we do the division first before we do the subtraction. So it's 64 minus 24 divided by 4, that's 5. 64 minus 5, that is 59. So what I want you to do now is pause the video, go to the top of the next page, and try some of those examples on your own. All right, hopefully you got a chance to try them on your own. Let's try these problems out now. So there's two parentheses here. We can just do both the parentheses here at the same time. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. So it's 5 divided by 5. The answer you should get is 1. Ooh, this one's a little tricky here. So we see a lot of parentheses here. So you can see there's one set of parentheses here and another one here, and then there's another parentheses inside the parentheses for the second one. So let's first set this up here. All right, 4 minus 3, that's 1. This is a little tricky. Anytime you have a parentheses within a parentheses, you should do the inside parentheses first. So 3 plus 5, that's 8. So if you rewrite this, it's just the 1 in parentheses, and then 1 minus 8. That should give you a negative 7 times 5. Now this is all multiplication now. You just do it left to right. 1 times negative 7 times 5 gives you negative 35. That was a tricky one. This last one here, division first. 2 plus 6 plus 1, and then addition. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. That's your answer. So this next part here is the four numbers game. Directions. Use the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 no more than once for each problem. You may use any operations including powers and parentheses. You may not create a two-digit number. So for example, you can't combine a 1 and a 2 to make it 12. Example, if the number was 10, then we could do any of the following. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10, or 2 times 3 plus 4 is 10, or 3 squared plus 1 equals 10. So you have to make sure they all equal the right amount. There's no repeated numbers. There's no two-digit numbers like combining numbers like we did here, and it includes operations. You can use exponents, you can use groupings, parentheses, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So go ahead, try these out for 12, 15, 25, 32. Once you're done, check in with your teacher or a classmate to see if you got them correct. Hopefully you got that checked. I'm not going to go over these right here, right now. But similarly, for these problems, you want to think about think about order of operations and insert parentheses to make each statement true. So what you're doing here is you're going to add parentheses somewhere around these numbers to make this true. Again, I'm going to let you try these on your own and check in with your teacher. For now, let's go on to the third page and let's look over distributive property. So, example, the Warehouse movie theater sold $15 tickets to one adult and four kids. How much did it cost for the group to go to the movies? If we use GEMDAS, we do the groupings, the parentheses first. So that becomes a 15 times 1 plus 4, which is 5. 15 times 5 gives us 75. If we use distributive property, you do 15 times 1, which is 15, plus 15 times 4, which gives you 60. 15 plus 60 also gives you 75. So what you should notice is that we get the same answer. So now let's pretend we do not know how many adults attended the movie. We still know each ticket costs $15 and 4 kids went to the movie, but our expression would look like 15 times parentheses x plus 4. So again, in our earlier example, we had 1 adult, 4 kids. But now we don't know how many adults there are, so we're just saying we have x adults. So to simplify using the distributive property, 15 times x, that's just 15x. You just leave it like that. Plus 15 times 4 is 60. And we just leave it like that. I'm going to do these 3 examples here. 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 5 is 15. So, we have a g now instead of x. It doesn't matter. Whatever letter it is, it's still the same thing. 2 times g, that's just 2g, plus 2 times 7, that's 14. Ooh, this one here, careful. We have a negative 6 times x, so that's a negative 6x, and plus negative 6 times 2, that's negative 6x plus negative 12. If you wrote it as negative 6x minus 12, that is also correct as well. I will accept either option personally. All right, once you have this down, I want you to go ahead, try these problems here on your own. Check in with your teacher, your classmate, do the rest of this packet here. Best wishes. If you have any questions, please be sure to ask for help. Don't just sit there confused. Thank you.